Hello, friend. How are you doing today? If you're new here, I'm super excited to meet you, and if you're returning, I hope you're having a much better day than the last time that we talked. This is a transformation reading. Just as nature is always growing and changing and transforming, you are also always in a state of continuous transformation. This reading's to help you identify where you currently are on your own journey and help you move forward with grace and understanding as you deal with the challenges and the growing pains that come with transformation. And we're going to start with the Oracle cards to help us identify where we are on this journey. To help us identify what is currently, I don't say what we're currently up against, because that doesn't feel right, but maybe like what we're facing or dealing with, or what the situation is that is arising right now. Spirit messages. Observe limitations. Okay, I know Mercury's in retrograde, and I'm sorry if talking is difficult for me, because the last video I recorded, I didn't know how to talk either. So just giving you that heads up right away. All right, spirit messages, observe limitations. So, and me observing limitation is literally that I'm having troubles talking right now, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But what's happening for you in this message is, first off, okay, I always thought that was a hummingbird, but now that looks like a dove. All right, I'm even getting a different bird this time. Interesting. Dove's coming through, and it's coming and asking for that olive branch, that peace. And it's one of those things where it's like the messages that are coming to you from spirit aren't necessarily in your face. Just as, a dove, when it comes and lands, is like a small coo. What's happening here isn't out loud. It's small and it's gentle. The messages that you could be getting is from a song on a radio that happens to hit at the right moment with the right phrase in it that you need to hear. Message from spirit could be a certain passage or a meme sent to you by a friend, or there's multiple different ways that spirit talks. It's about you being open up to receive the message. And the observe limitations part is that reminder of when you put limitations on things, you are the one that's restricting the access, not the other way around. So what you perceive as a limitation, and your mind can be like, Kirsten, there's definitely limitations. I get that. But there's also ways around those limitations, and you need to allow yourself to be open to receive whatever it is that could help you get around that, because right now the limitations in your mind are what are keeping you in place. And I don't care if you don't want to hear that. Sometimes the hard truth is the truth. Galactic Healer. Move forward with an open mind. Okay, so if you needed any more confirmation that you need to move forward with an open mind, here it is, literally. I was just talking about how you need to release the limitations on your circumstances and in your situation. And now we have Galactic Healer. And Galactic Healer isn't coming through and saying that we're going to take care of everything, that we're going to make this easy for you, that we're going to give you the magical pill that's going to erase all your problems. It's quite the opposite, actually. The Galactic Healer comes through and saying, I will help guide you. I will help walk with you. But you have to do the journey yourself. I can't do it for you. It's like if you are trying to crochet or knit a blanket. You can watch all the tutorials. You can read all the books and patterns. But nothing's going to happen until you actually take hook or needle to yarn. So, the Galactic Healer is here to help guide you. But you still have to do the work. And you're being asked to do the work with an open mind. Light codes. Travel awaits you. Oh, this one's always interesting because it could be physical travel, which is always exciting, but it also is sometimes it's that inward journey. And it's that inward journey where you can see where you started to how far you've come from the beginning to where you are now. And I know where you started to how far you were in the beginning. Okay, that sounds like the same. But when I think of where I started, I think of my childhood. And the lot that was handed to me, the cards that were given to me, literally the circumstances that I had no control over, okay? I think about that. And then I think about when my healing journey started. And my healing journey didn't start as a child, okay? It started my around 20s, like most people, okay? So where I started, my childhood. Where my journey started, my 20s. And where I am now, completely different places. And if you're someone who meditates, if you're someone who journals, a lot of times you can actually let yourself have that journey. And it's such a beautiful inward journey. So I see here that travel awaits you. And it can be a very real physical destination. Or it could be you going over to a friend's house and finding just complete harmony amongst a friend who you hadn't seen in a while. Or it could be you, just taking a walk in a like park that's nearby you. Movement is part of it. Getting yourself to a different space and a different location is part of it. You're gonna be like, Kirsten, you're ignoring the light codes. Hear me out. Remember I talked about the inward journey? Okay, the inward journey will be you accessing those light codes. If you take a physical journey, you will still have the light codes, but you have to let yourself be open and vulnerable to receive them wherever you're at, going inward or outward. In real life, like as far as the physical world goes, or inward on a meditation journey. You have to open up and you have to be willing to receive them. And a lot of times people forget how beautiful vulnerability is, but that's what this card's asking for. It's asking for vulnerability. Then we have cosmic ancestors. Voice your concerns. So I was literally just talking about how the journey could be to a friend and being vulnerable. Voicing your concerns asks you to be vulnerable. I don't know how to voice concerns without being vulnerable. I mean, I know how to be critical and make my critical voice sound like I'm concerning something, but like my real heartfelt concerns, I don't know how to soothe those without being vulnerable because they go hand in hand. Cosmic ancestors is coming through and saying that you are divinely guided. You have a spirit team around you. You have guardian angels, spirit guides. You have protection around you. And you have people that will answer for you or answer to you. Both of those sound wrong when I say them that way, but whatever. You know what I'm getting at here. I'm blaming Mercury on that one. You have a spirit team around you. You have divine connection to where you'll receive answers. So cosmic ancestors is coming through and saying, pray, say your concerns out loud, be open and vulnerable with yourself, or maybe talk to a friend. Be very real about what it is that you need. And I'm not talking about, Kirsten, I need money to get me out of this debt. Okay, I get that. Trust me, been there, done that. But what I'm talking about is, what is it that you really need? What got you in the place of this debt? The debt is a symptom. It is not the root issue. There's more to the story. So let's start getting honest, let's start getting vulnerable, and let's start opening up and praying or talking out loud or saying something to the universe so you can receive that which you need. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull the tarot cards because I'm curious as to like what's causing this cage to happen. What's causing these limitations that you keep thinking that you are stuck in this like pattern? Because everything here tells me that you are divinely guided. Everything here tells me that you have a team of people that are willing and excited to work with you. And when I say team of people, I'm not necessarily talking about like actual human beings. I'm talking about also spirit guides. I'm talking about, your divine connection with God, goddess, whatever. That's a card that needs to be. Whatever it is that you're working with. And I want you to understand that you might be going at this journey alone. You might feel very lonely, and I get that. But you're not forgotten. You're not alone. You are loved. Let's get straight into the cards. We got the Two of Swords here. Indecision. So the Two of Swords is you being paralyzed by decision. You have a chance to go down path A, or you have a choice to go down path B. But what you also forget is that not making a decision is also a decision. Just standing there, like passively paralyzed, that's a decision too. So right now you're being asked. Do you go down path A or do you go down path B? And you're like, Kirsten, that's the problem. I don't freaking know. Okay, hear me out, chill. First off, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Second off, why don't you just choose a path and start walking down it? And if you're going down path A and you're like, ooh, I don't like this path, well then pivot and go to path B. You can change your mind. That's allowed. You're allowed to try something out and decide whether it works out for you or not, and then be like, no, don't like this, and then change. That is 100% allowed. So instead of just staying there stuck, why don't we start moving forward and seeing where it can lead us? And now we're facing the Nine of Swords, which is you just allowing the worry, the fear, the doubt just to consume you so much that, again, it's the self-limitations. And I get it. You do have a lot of things that look like they're working against you right now. I understand that you are in a space and in a place where you can give me all the evidence in the world of why things aren't working out for you. But I want to challenge you to find what is working out for you. If you're going to tell me that, you can't do this, in the comments, I want you to find 3 to 5 things that are working for you. And when you find those 3 to 5 things, then you can give me the reasons for why this isn't going to work out for you. But I need those 3 to 5 things of why it's going to work for you first. Because here's what the Nine of Swords does. It gives you your ability to worry, to doubt, to fear, so much control that you've lost control over yourself. You've given that control to the fear, the doubt, the anxiety. Instead of saying, I'm going to be the one that's driving this car. I'm going to be the one that's taking the wheel. And yeah, taking the wheel is scary. Taking the wheel is courageous. Taking the wheel asks you to be vulnerable. There's a lot that's going to be happening when you do this. But I know you can do it. And then we got the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is the victor. Six of Wands is the victorious soldier. And the reason why I'm saying soldier in this case is because it's never something simple. You have to overcome something. You're going to have some type of trial, some type of undergoing. You're going to have to walk through it, to be forged by fire. And it's not going to be comfortable. It's not. But the Six of Wands here. I'm sorry, this is Six of Wands, not Six of Swords. Did I say Six of Swords? I might have said swords, but I've given the right explanation for wands this whole time. But the Six of Wands is coming through and saying that, hey, it's okay. You're gonna succeed. You just have to trust. And the fact that I said Six of Swords, also, Six of Swords is about transition. So I feel like there was an underlying theme of you're gonna champion, but also as you champion, you're going to go through a transition. I don't feel like that was a mistake that I said Six of Swords. I feel like there was intention for that. Four of Pentacles in its reverse position. I like to remind you that Pentacles is not just about your finances, it's about your time and energy, because you spend time and you spend energy. So I see this here, and I understand that you have been working really hard to ensure that what you have is yours. But somewhere along the way, you've gotten so rigid about what is yours, you forgot that it's okay to share. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you might have been somebody else was taking all of your time, and you were giving all your time and energy away to people because at the time you didn't have boundaries. And now that you've learned to implement boundaries, you're nervous to start offering help again. You're nervous to start saying, yes, I will do this, because you're afraid that if you give a little, it's all going to be taken from you again. It's not the case. You need to be able to trust what you've put in place. You need to trust the foundation that you've created for yourself. You need to be able to trust in yourself that the time and energy that you've spent on yourself to manage your time, to manage your resources, to manage all that you are, that it hasn't been done in vain, and that it does have purpose, and that it will stick. Trusting in yourself can be scary. I'm a person that has made so many mistakes and has let myself walk all over, let other people walk all over me, that it took me a long time to trust myself. And there's still things I have to prove to myself that I trust myself on. Trusting yourself isn't necessarily easy. It's easy to say that I trust myself, but to actually implement and follow through, it's a whole nother ballgame. And then we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is that card that you have a goal in mind. And typically a lot of people call them the boredom card, and I get that. But I like to think of it as the pipe dream. And when I say pipe dream, I'm not talking about something that you're never going to achieve, which is what a lot of people mean when they say that. For me, your pipe dream is your northern star. It is that guiding light. It is the thing that you're after. But here's the thing that a lot of people forget. If you don't allow yourself to think about it, to dream about it just a little bit, then how are you going to know like what that goal is? So for example, when I started my business, yeah, I had to dream about it. I had to envision it. I had to think about it because I didn't know what direction to take myself. If I just decided to be just a tarot reader and never let myself dream, I would be just a tarot reader and I would never be a shadow worker. I'd never be doing shadow readings. I'd never be doing this transformation reading. When I let myself dream, that's when I found true picture of where I was going forward to. So a lot of times when the Four of Cups comes through, the message is, hey, get out of your head and get back into reality, which, yes, is a part of it, okay? I'm not asking you to necessarily get your heart out of the clouds. Realize I said heart, not head. Because the cups is the heart suit. It's your emotions. What I'm asking you to do is to let your heart guide you, but still to be present with the mundane. You can still have this dream. You can still have this goal. You can still have what you're going after, but you still need to do dishes. You still need to take out trash. You still need to do laundry. You still need to pay bills. You still have to go to work. But understand that as you're doing those things, that as long as you keep your heart on this goal, you're gonna get there. It's just a matter of, again, being honest, being vulnerable, and voicing your concerns. Moving forward, knowing that you're going to succeed in whatever that looks like, but we have to get out of our head. We have to let go of those fears and those anxieties. I know that's easier said than done, so we're going to ask the Oracle cards for our next steps. So what are our next steps? What is it that we need to do to help us to do all of the very courageous things that we're being asked to do? I'm not going to lie, this is a very tough love reading. This is a message that's coming through and being in your face and blunt, and those aren't fun readings to receive, but sometimes when you can own up to it and you can accept the responsibility that you need to accept in this part, it's life-changing and you will find yourself in such a better place. And I want to let you know that you are the one that's going to be able to do the life-changing thing. Maybe it's because of this reading, maybe it's because this reading makes you angry, maybe it's because something about this reading helps propel you forward in some way, but you're the one that's creating life-changing part, not me. I'm just the one giving a message. All right, Goddess of Walking the Way. Be present in this moment, neither looking ahead nor behind, just being here. Just being here. You're not looking ahead and you're not looking behind. Nine of Swords is all about you looking ahead and all about you looking behind. If you can get yourself to stay present, if you can get yourself to just be focused on where you are in the now, then you're going to do good. Remember how in this card, I mentioned how your heart remembers the dream? Not your head, your heart. Your heart knows how to move forward. It's your head that's holding you back. So trust the Goddess of Walking the Way. That's such weirdly worded, but I kind of love it at the same time. And be present in the moment, right now. Because the other thing that you're always forgetting, or at least I'm always forgetting, is that the only thing you have control of is right now. You have control of your actions and you have control over what your actions you do now. You don't even really have control of your emotions. You definitely don't have control of your thoughts. You have control of your actions and what you choose to do right now. Goddess of Clearing the Channel. Old wood must burn away. That's beautiful. And if you followed me for a little while, you know that one of my favorite ways to release things is to write the letter to whoever, I'm trying to, let go of, with the intention that they will never, ever, ever receive this letter. The point of the letter is I get to say everything I've ever wanted to say to them, and then I burn it. When I burn it, I let go of every emotion I have towards that person. I let spirit take care of it. And then once, I burn it in a safe place, I take the ashes and I transmute it back to Mother Earth so that way she can turn it back into love. So Goddess of Clearing the Channel. Old wood, Mercury. Old wood must burn away is coming through and saying, you got to let go. You got to clear the things. There is going to be a process of cleaning and purging. And it's about you doing it. And you can do it. You're going to do it. I believe in you. Goddess of universal forgiveness, scatter the ashes. I couldn't line that up any better if I wanted to. That's hilarious. Not only that, but this card's number 16 and this card's 7, so that's like 7 twice. I don't know if 7's your number or if you needed a message about the number 7, but hey, there it is. Scatter the ashes. So, Goddess of Universal Forgiveness. A lot of times when I get cards that talk about forgiveness, I always ask you to forgive yourself first. Because for me, the things that have happened to me in my life and the things that I've experienced, the hard ones, the abusive ones, the ones where my consent was not given, I understand that I didn't have control over a lot of things, but there's still a part of me that blamed me for it. Even if it was my fault or not, I still blame myself for it. So, if you're going to forgive, first forgive yourself. And if you can forgive the other person, if you're at that point, please do so. It doesn't do anything to them, and it's not about forgetting. It's about releasing that hold that they have on you and loving yourself enough to say that I'm reclaiming that power back. I'm no longer giving you that energy. So, write the letter, burn it, and then scatter the ashes. Goddess of quiet contemplation, the stillness of the forest. I feel like these 4 cards are actually giving you really direct steps on what to do. And I love that because that is not something that I typically get in a reading. So, Goddess of quiet contemplation, the stillness of the forest. That need to go within, that need to voice your concerns, that need to trust the process. Once you let go, once you put yourself in the now, and once you clear away the old wood and scatter the ashes, go within and see what answers that you can find. Because the truth is, voicing your concerns actually goes with these two really well. But like with this 4 of Cups card, part of me has always kind of envisioned the person that's sitting and dreaming and like with a cup in the air and everything, that person's just meditating. Because a lot of times when I meditate and I finally let all the voices and thoughts and whatnot that need to be heard in my own head get heard, and then they float away and they don't return. When I do find the stillness, when I do find the quiet, a lot of times I find answers to my problems. Not like the overall solution that's going to fix all the problems, but like the next step. The next step forward. And the next step to get me closer. So, the stillness. Let's look into that. Now let's just ask for some encouragement, because there's a lot that's being asked from us. And there's a lot that we're having to face. And this isn't easy. This work that you're being asked to do is scary, and it does take courage. You can do it. I know you can. And if you think I'm wrong, then in the comments, go ahead and tell me whatever reason you need to tell me about why this isn't going to work. And I bet you once you get it out, you're going to find reasons for why it will work. When I stop hiding, the world becomes gentler. This one's really important. Because this card is saying that all this is because you're playing small. You're not letting yourself be seen. You're not letting your true person, the truth of who you are, shine. You're letting all these thoughts, all these fears, all these anxieties keep you from being your true self. Keep you from shining brightly for all to see. The fear is loud, but love is steady. I honestly can't get much more direct about how unnecessary your head is right now and how important your heart is. The 9 of Swords is keeping you in a not great place. That's holding you almost captive. That is your limitations. That is your cage. The way forward is your heart. It might not make sense now, but you need to trust. Also, love how this card has flames And we literally had 2 goddess cards that talked about old wood must burn away and scatter the ashes. So more confirmation about that in case you needed it. Silence doesn't mean absence. It holds sacred echoes. Understand that when you ask for things and that you pray or you tell your ancestors or your guards and guides, whoever that is, that the fact that there's not necessarily an immediate response doesn't mean they're not listening. Silence doesn't mean absence. It holds sacred echoes. You're going to feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. But when you have that silence, sit with it. Sit with it and allow it to just envelop you in the beautiness of it. Because sacred echoes is literally you proclaiming what it is that you want and allowing you to be empowered by that desire. And sometimes being empowered, that feels uncomfortable for a lot of us. But you gotta go with it. You gotta trust it. The love I long for lives quietly inside of me now. This one's huge. And this one is really good at wrapping up this whole message. Because everything that we're talking about is about letting go, being yourself, observing your limitations. And it's really, really important for you to remember that what you're looking for, you need to find in yourself first. What you're hoping to find out there needs to be found inside of you first. And I get it. We're going to be like, I'm not the greatest person to myself, and that's okay. Start somewhere. Start now. Start forgiving yourself. Start loving yourself. Start being present, because the thing is, and I don't want you to forget this, you have 6 of Wands in here, which tells me that there is victory. Amongst everything that I'm reading, I get victory. And amongst that victory, we have fire to burn away what no longer serves. Now, I'm not talking about like burning houses or anything like that. Please don't burn property. Letters are fine, and make sure it's in a safe fire environment type of deal. But use the fire inside of you. Use the fire in your heart. The fire in your heart. There it is. Use that fire in your heart. Use that to help you find that victory that you're looking for. Because this is your reading, and I know that there is a lot in this one, but I promise you, you're going to succeed. I know you're going to succeed because you've heard every word. Your heart has found truth in this reading, and you made it this far because your heart knows that you're going to complete this, you're going to finish this, and you're going to do so amazing at it. And if you can't believe in yourself, let me believe in you for you. Because I know you're going to do this. And I love you so much, and I'm so happy and excited for this transformation that you're going through. I honestly cannot wait to see you again soon so you can tell me about it. That's all I got for you today. I love you so much. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.